This is a story about a Piper tripacer. There's been a lot of questions concerning how I got my airplane, a Piper tripacer, and it's a long story, but it's a good one. I hope you like it. I guess it's back in February of this year. I was trolling along Facebook, as you do, and I found this one post just popped up. It was concerning an abandoned property auction. So, well, this looks cool. It had a little, two pictures of a tripacer. And a few days before I saw this post, me and a friend of mine, we were talking about how cool tripacers are, man. How cheap they are to maintain, how easy they are, wonderful they are to fly. You know, how easy, how cost effective they are to operate. I mean, it's just and fun to fly on the cheap. And that's got to mean something, right? So that bug was in my head, it had sunk in. So I decided, well, I'll call him up. So I did that. I called up the airport where it's at, and it's being auctioned off by the airport, Truckee Airport District in California. And I talked to them, and I got some more information. The logbooks were kind of missing. Previous owner kind of had them. I mean, there's lots of drama about the logbooks. And it was the airplane only had like 1,800 hours on the airframe, 34 hours on the engine. Don't know yet. I mean, it could be anything. That could be good or it could be bad. It could be good and it was just freshly overhauled and she's ready to go. It could be bad because it was freshly overhauled. Oh, I don't know, 20 years ago, and that could be, and then it's been sitting. So I said, well, at least I'll go up and look at it. Because it is about a 6-hour drive. And, why not spend the day in Truckee, California, maybe visit Lake Tahoe? If that's all I get out of it, it'd be a cool trip. So I drove up there with all my gear. And it was a blizzard. In the middle of a blizzard. This was the same month that Truckee got 100 inches of snow in a month. 100 inches of snow in 1 month. So I got there, right? Got to the hotel, made it. Had it in 4-wheel drive all the way up to Truckee. It was just, the weather was a wreck. Got there, worn out. Next day, went in, did the inspection. Had a lot of little niggling things wrong with it. A little corrosion here. This is loose. The front strut was needed a servicing. It was just all sorts of stuff. And still, logbooks were missing in action, except for a couple pages they had. That was in an invoice, which was the last annual. It was last annual in 2017, about 2 years ago. So I started looking at it, did the old borescope thing. There were some cylinder issues. There were some piston issues. But in great retrospect, the airplane was in really good shape. Later on, they recovered the logbooks, and I got to read through those. And the aircraft was fully restored, and the engine was freshly overhauled in 2000-ish. And then it was parked in Coos Bay, Oregon, of all places. Coos Bay. Right on the coast. Nice, wonderful saltwater environment for airplanes. But there it was. And so that was cause for concern. And reciprocating engines, one valve is always open, kids. So that kind of explained a lot of the conditions the engine was in. And so I covered all the discrepancies, all the squawks with the airport. I gave them a big, long laundry list of stuff. I said, okay, cool. I'll come back next week and I'll bid on it. So I came back up. And another blizzard. Right when I got there, I met with the auctioneer. A lot of people that were just there to watch. Apparently, this airplane had quite a little dramatic history while it was there. But essentially, the airplane, was in decent shape again, but it was sat in Coos Bay, Oregon for more than 15 years. Then is flown to Truckee and parked. And until it got its annual in 2017, and it was just the minimum just make it just skin of your teeth airworthiness, which I hate that crap. But and then it sat some more until I came along. So I got up there. The auctioneer, went through the rules of the auction. There was an opportunity to send a mail-in bid. You could give a bid through email or through registered mail or whatever, and that would be, and whatever the highest one was, that'd be the starting bid. So there was a starting bid of $3,500. And so the auctioneer went through everything, and then he went through the warranty. The airport's not responsible for the aircraft after it leaves. We had an AP look at it, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And he went through like the entire list of discrepancies multiple times. And, he wanted to be transparent, which is cool. But he went through the list multiple times. He wouldn't shut up about it. And so the opening bid, opened it for bidding, $3,500 is the starting bid. No one said anything, so I raised my hand. $3,600. Going once, going twice. Get in, losers! We're flying to Bakersfield. $3,600. I stole it. I stole it. Let's all take a deep breath and admit I stole it. I stole it. And I'm not even ashamed. Man, oh my God, the luck. The auction took place in a blizzard. No one could go and see it because of the 100 inches of snow in a month. And, it was not widely advertised. It wasn't advertised at all. They had a little poster in the airport lounge. Didn't even have a photo of the airplane. It was one post on Facebook. I saw it by sheer luck. I'm worried that all of my airplane luck was spent right here on this little baby. And so it's just $3,600. Now, that was, let's just call that the base price. It was also 8 weekends in Truckee during ski season. That's not cheap hotel rooms either. And there's a lot of work that needed to be done, a lot of the little niggling stuff. I mean, it had sit essentially for 19 straight years, set. And it's a disgrace. It really is. These aircraft are historically important. They are really good airplanes, and they deserve to be taken care of. All these vintage and antique and classic aircraft deserve to be taken care of, and they're not. In my business, I see airplanes come in all the time. Where the last log entry for the Hobbs time or the engine was during the last inspection. That is just crazy wrong to me. It's just crazy wrong to me. So anyway, I spent 8 weekends at Truckee. Got it in variable shape. Dealt with all the engine issues. Just a couple little squawks that I really wanted back in my shop to handle. And flew it down. I had a ferry pilot, also an IA, give me a second pair of eyes on it. It was great. It was wonderful. He said it flew like a champ. It was rigged perfectly. Thank you very much. And it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. So he flew it down. Drew, God bless you, Drew. Thank you so much. I can never thank you enough. He took a day out of his weekend to go up, help me with it. We checked it out some more. And he flew it off back to Shafter, California. And I got to drive back through California traffic on a weekend. So he was taking all of this wonderful, beautiful footage, right, on his phone, putting it on Snapchat, putting it on Facebook. Oh, look how pretty and wonderful it is. The airplane flies like a dream. I'm having so much fun up here in the air. While I was suffering on I-5. And so he arrives in Shafter, California, way ahead of me because, he's in an airplane. And he takes some beauty shots. He posts them, God help me, let me just get out of Stockton. And, of course, then I'm sure he went off to dinner with his wonderful girlfriend. I'm sure they had a wonderful steak, a baked potato, maybe some aperitifs. And I finally made it here, and it was done. And that's the story of the Piper Tripacer. If you like this video, please like it, love it, share it. And above all, fly safe.